What's going on YouTube? What the fudge is up? We're back again, another video here. This time full card predictions, UFC Seattle. Not gonna lie, it's like 12:47 in the morning, but just got done studying all the fights and stuff, Should have done more studying yesterday, but I didn't, so I had to just do it all tonight so I can get the video out on Friday. But enough of the yap, we go from the bottom to the top. Okay. First fight, Alexa Tainara versus Bruna Brazil. Alexa Tainara, I think she has solid ground game. She has solid takedowns. Her striking is pretty solid striking defense. Bruna Brazil, I think her striking is not that bad to be honest, but she's so mid. Super low volume, and just not that good overall. She got taken down by Molly McCann. I mean, getting taken down by Molly McCann is it's not a good look. So we got to take Alexa here. I have her by second round submission. My confidence on that is 9 out of 10 confidence. Actually, I'm going to say the pick first and then I'm going to explain why. So, yeah. And, on this card, I have so many underdogs. I'm not going to lie. I picked so many underdogs this card. It's kind of like crazy, but yeah. All right, Ricky Simon versus Adrian Yanez. I have Adrian Yanez by decision, 3 out of 10 confidence. This one is it's such a 50-50 fight kind of. It's either Ricky lands his takedowns and just controls him, or Adrian just gets taken down, but yet again he gets back up and just does more damage on the feet. And I'd rather pick the underdog value here, man, because Adrian Yanez, he has kind of fast strikes. I think he can really outstrike Ricky here, and I don't think he'll be able to get taken down that much by Ricky. Maybe in the first round, but in the second and third, he should be able to pop off with the strikes and really just take the rounds, But either way, I think it's a super close fight. This is why I have it at 3 out of 10 confidence. But yeah. All right, next one, the Navajo Sterling prospect versus Bruno Lopez. Bro, Bruno Lopez has no chin. Hold on, let me give you the pick. I picked Sterling first round knockout, 9.6 out of 10 confidence. And also, by the way, for my confidence, that's just a confidence on when the person winning. That's not my confidence on the actual outcome of the thing. I'm not 9.6 out of 10 confident that he's gonna knock him out in the first round, but I'm 9.6 out of 10 confident that he's gonna win the fight. But Sterling, he's a crazy kickboxer. He's really good. Recently he hasn't got a knockout yet in the UFC, so I think this is the UFC trying to give him the fight so he can get the knockout he's been looking for. But Bruno, this dude got rocked by a jab from Dustin Jacoby. What? I mean, he has no chin. His striking is just not that good. He's just not that good of a fighter overall. Navajo Sterling is really good. His kickboxing is insane. His takedown defense is pretty good. He can also grapple sometimes. He likes to shoot, but we all know he's a kickboxer, and he's just gonna go out there and really knock Bruno out. You know what I'm saying? But Casey O'Neill versus Gabriela Fernandez. I have Fernandez by decision, 4 out of 10 confidence. This is another one of those where it's kind of 50-50, but I feel like it's going to be standing most of the time. But I feel like Gabriela has just a slightly more technical striking, and I feel like she has more pop in her shots. Casey, she likes to pressure and kind of throw more volume, but yet again, it's kind of sloppy sometimes. I feel like Gabriela is way more technical, and she's going to be able to land the more damaging shots to really just steal the rounds here. And that's pretty much it for this fight. But they both like to pressure. I think this is going to be a pretty good fight, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. Alright, Tybura versus Tyrell Fortin. I have Tybura first round knockout or TKO, 7.6 out of 10 confidence. I just think Tyrell is just not that good. He's just been going against cans, not gonna lie. Literally, look, I took a picture of it. One of his opponents, or can you see on here? Look. I don't even know if I can. Yeah, you can't even view his fight history because, maybe on Tapology. Hold on, Tyrell Fortune. Look, bro. He went against. Look who he's fighting, man. I just can't trust this. I really can't. He went against his last fight. He went against a dude who was 9-6. The one before that, he's 65-32. I mean, what are we talking about? 20-12, he lost to a decent guy in PFL, I guess. But I mean, bro, 10-2, sure, whatever. I mean, Sergey, he got his get back, but I mean, come on, 65-32. What is that? You know, it's just I don't trust it. And based off what I've seen, he's just not that good, man. I think Tybura is just really gonna use his size here, his jab, his straight, kind of like the Tim Johnson fight. But I feel like Tybura, he has good entries to his body lock, so I think he'll use that body lock to take him down, get full mount, and just TKO Tyrell in the first round. Next one, Chase Hooper versus Lance Gibson. I have Lance Gibson, second round knockout, 7.5 out of 10 confidence. Not gonna lie, before the Bobby Green fight, I thought Lance was like, I don't know, just not that guy. But I mean, watching back the fight, his striking is pretty solid. He's just super low volume. But I feel like, come on, he's going against a weird style of Bobby Green on 4 days' notice. And yeah, that's just, I guess we can see why it was low volume. I don't know. But we have Chase Hooper. His ground game is really good. His back takes are insane. His BJJ is great, but his striking is not that good. And Chase, he mainly likes to just enter on his single legs off his jab. So I feel like if Lance can just read that and defend those takedowns, I think he can really get the best of Chase on the feet. And I think he might be able to catch Chase in the second. And then eventually just get a hold of him and just like get a hold of him, on his hip, and then just boom, 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 TKO. But yeah, I'm a big fan of Chase Hooper, but I don't know, I can't pick off bias here. You know what I'm saying? You can't pick off heart in this, so I'll root for Chase, but I have Lance here, to be honest. All right, Bahamondes versus Tofik Musayev. I have Musayev, yet another underdog, by decision, 5 out of 10 confidence. I don't know, man. It's like Ignacio, he doesn't do that well against shorter opponents, or if his opponents are not scared to really get inside of him. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Like, you know what I mean, bro. Getting in the void and really, throw strikes. And I feel like Tufik will really do that. He'll really pressure Ignacio. Even though Ignacio likes to pressure himself, he likes to use his body kicks. He has a pretty good guard game, to be honest. He has submission threats off his back. He throws elbows while in there. Pretty good sweeps. But I feel like Tofik, he actually has pretty good wrestling as well. And I feel like he could use that. He could use his single legs, stuff like that to really take down Ignacio. And just, yeah, I think his wrestling or his ground game is really going to help him in this fight. And his ability to just go forward with this pretty crisp striking. He has pretty crisp and fast hooks, you know what I'm saying? Pretty technical. So I like a shot here on the underdog. All right, McKinney versus Kyle Nelson. I have McKinney first round submission, 7.4 out of 10 confidence. I think McKinney will be able to just, or I think his freaking pressure, or you know what I'm saying, the big volume he does in the first round, I think that's going to be too much for Kyle, not going to lie. I don't think Kyle's going to be able to handle it. Yeah, Kyle's good, but I don't know. I don't think he's going to be able to handle it. Kyle's striking isn't the best. It's solid, but it's not the best. It's not the craziest thing where you could just be like, oh, he's gonna counter Terrence. Nah, I feel like Terrence is just gonna go in there. I feel like Terrence is gonna take him down, but Kyle Nelson has pretty decent ground game, so he's gonna be able to get on his knees, and I feel like Terrence will be in front headlock position, and then from there, I feel like he could either end it with the ghillie, anaconda, or a Darce choke, you know what I'm saying? Terrence has really good chokes of those. So I think he's going to get it by sub, but I wouldn't be surprised with a knockout, you know what I mean? Next one, we have two prospects. This is going to be a really nice fight to watch, to be honest. Mansour Abdul Malik versus Yusri Belgari. Another underdog here. I have Belgari by decision, 7 out of 10 confidence. I feel like Mansour is just not that good. His grappling, his takedown entries are pretty mid. he mainly just got him because he's going against like low level fighters. Even though Yusri is a kickboxer, his takedown defense looked pretty solid against Azamat. His like fundamentals taking down looks pretty solid. He's pushing the head down, doing what he needs to do. You know what I'm saying? And his kickboxing is really good. I feel like calf kicks are going to be a big problem for Mansour in this fight. And I think they're going to be a big weapon for Yusri in this fight. I think he's really going to be able to chop down Mansour's legs. And yeah, just chop down his legs, really slow down Mansour. And maybe Yusri might lose the first round, but I feel like he'll take the last two. Because Mansour would just be a little bit more gassed, and he won't be able to move as much because his legs are being chopped down by Yusri. And Yusri's striking is overall very good. His jab is great, his straight is great, and he's pretty disciplined with his hands, so he's keeping his hands up, pretty good striking defense. I don't really see how Mansour wins this fight, to be honest, unless he somehow catches Yusri. But other than that, I don't see how Mansour wins this, you know what I mean? Alright, next one, Arosa versus Douglas. So I have Douglas second round knockout, 6 out of 10 confidence. It's not that high confidence because like Juicy J, Julian Arosa, he's a dog, I can't lie. Like he could take his shot. That's what he does. He pressures you, he takes one to give one, and he looks for his takedowns and just like kind of sloppy striking, but like it works. Like he lands on you. And Douglas, he's just big, meaty, freaking powerful KO machine, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, let me see what I wrote down. Solid striking, and yeah, Douglas, he does have pretty solid takedown defense from what I've seen. So if he didn't have that, I might have picked Arosa. But since I've seen that Douglas takedown defense looks pretty solid in my eyes, I think that's going to be just well enough to just stay on the feet and find the shot on Julian. I wouldn't be surprised if it's the first round, but I picked second round. But I mean, yeah, I think this might be a competitive fight, but because Julian is a dog, but I just think Douglas is gonna knock him out straight up. But I mean, yeah. Next one, Chiesa versus Nico Price. This is Chiesa's retirement fight. Happy retirement to Chiesa. I feel like they're just giving him a layup, even though his opponent did, pull out. Nico Price, he's just not that good, man. Or not that good anymore. I have Chiesa second round sub 9.4 out of 10 confidence. It's just, yeah, Nico Price, he's just not that good. I feel like Chiesa is like just way better ground game wise. Chiesa's striking isn't that crazy, but it's good enough to not get caught by anything Nico Price has. I just feel like Chiesa is gonna freaking, let's see what I say. I think he's gonna take down Nico Price and submit him with an arm triangle in the second round. That's what I put down. But yeah, Nico's just not that good overall. Chiesa is just better ground game. He's really gonna use it here. And yeah, you guys are gonna see him. All right, next we have Alexi Grasso versus Macy Barber. Yeah, I have Macy Barber by decision, 6.5 out of 10 confidence. It's just, I'm gonna root for Alexa. I really am, but I think Macy gets it done. Alexa, she just has her high guard up and just pops her jab out. Like she just doesn't throw that much, doesn't have that much power. She doesn't have offensive grappling, to be honest. Sure, she choked out Valentina, but that doesn't mean she has offensive grappling like consistently. She's not gonna be able to use it against Macy Barber because Macy Barber's grappling is better than hers. So yeah, I just see Macy Barber. She likes to get damage whenever she can, like even off the clinch. She likes to get damage. I think that's really gonna help her win the rounds. Just getting damage off the clinch, shooting takedowns on Alexa, getting the takedowns, landing damage on top. Riding Alexa and getting damage off her. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just see Macy just doing the more damage in this fight, having the more damaging shots, even on the feet, having more volume, and just getting it by the scorecards. Unfortunate, but I think Alexa loses. But yeah, all right, main event: Adesanya versus Pyfer. I have Joe Pyfer, third round knockout, 5 out of 10 confidence. Not that confident on the main event, you know what I'm saying, but it's because Adesanya he's a very good kickboxer. I mean, he's a legend of the game. rugged kickboxer. He's overall a great mixed martial artist, man. And Pyfer's upcoming young guy. How old is he? Body bags. How old is he? Bro, how old is he, bro? He's 29. I mean, yeah, he's kind of in his prime. I think around 30 is where people, fighters get in their fighting prime. But it's just, I feel like if Joe didn't, I don't know. I feel like Joe's power threat here is gonna be a big problem for Adesanya. It's just Izzy. He likes to throw a lot of feints, just land those calf kicks, pop his jab out, his 1-2s, maybe like a 2-3 here and there. A right hand and a left hook, but he doesn't really go for takedowns because he's a kickboxer. I feel like Joe might be shooting takedowns here, and that might affect Adesanya's game, especially if Joe takes him down. Because if Joe takes Adesanya down, Adesanya is going to be way more hesitant with his strikes because he doesn't want to get taken down. So I just think Joe has to implement his grappling game here 100%. If it doesn't work, who cares? Just keep shooting, not that much, but just keep shooting, and it'll put it in Adesanya's brain. You know what I'm saying? And make him more hesitant to throw even body kicks. Because if you catch a body kick and then put Adesanya on his back, you could just get on top and then boom, win the round. But yeah, his Joe Pyfer's BJJ looked pretty solid against what's his name? The freaking dude he just beat in UFC 320, bro. Yeah, Magomed. But what's his first name, bro? You know what I'm saying, though. Whatever. Yeah, that guy. I honestly forgot. I know he got knocked out by Sean Strickland too. But yeah. I just think Joe will just find the shot on Izzy, man. His big, powerful blitzes that he has with his hooks, I think it's going to be enough to really catch Izzy here. I like both of the dudes, so pause, no Diddy. But I'm a fan of the guys, so it's going to be a great fight to watch. You guys should watch it. But I mean, yeah, that's what we got here overall. It's an alright card. I mean, I don't know, but I'll be excited to watch it. Even though I'm not gonna be able to watch most of it because I'll be at work and stuff. But yeah, a lot of underdogs on this card that I picked. But I mean, yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm freaking cooked. It's 1:05 a.m. and I still have to study for this math test or this math exam that I have when I wake up. I mean, I did absolutely zero studying for the math exam already. We'll see how I do. Put in the comments if you watch this far. Put in the comments if you think I'm gonna get under or over 50% on the exam. Keep in mind I haven't studied anything, but fudge, bro. We'll see. I don't know. I might be cooked, but I need to lock in. Plus, yeah. Okay. Well, hope you guys have a great rest of your day or morning, night, wherever you're watching this, wherever you're watching this from. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. Hit that subscribe if you want more MMA content and stuff, and we'll see how I do on these picks.